Sup my dudes, Valk here, and today I'm going to be explaining why Deku plus Bakugo are really broken. A lot of people know about the damage, how the damage is wacky, 95 a hit with Deku. Right here, this Deku is taking a little bit less because he's defensive type, so it's a defensive passive, but you can expect it to be a Deku on basically every team. So, everybody knows about the insane damage and how quickly they can melt. And one of the other things is because projectile shots don't do hard knockdowns, you can see here, they don't do hard knockdown until you're well beyond already dead. Like, there is no hard knockdown, so you just get staggered, you have to eat them, you have to try to juke them out of the way. That's one of the other things, but one of the big things a lot of people don't seem to realize is the fact that these characters, not only having really high projectile range damage, they also are able to dictate spacing by being able to create space like this. Being able to close space, for example, if I do this, if somebody's trying to run, I can also just whip them and then pull them into me and do things like that. That's one of the main things that make these characters so strong, is the ability to dictate the pace of the fight. They're able to choose when to engage, when to disengage. Bakugo has that crazy flyaway that he can do. He has a one-shot on his rolling spin. Well, it's basically a one-shot. It does 180 at level 1. There's these characters that are just really wacky right now and really overtuned, and even whenever these numbers get reduced to about like reasonable numbers, like around 60, I think 60 would be fine, you're still going to have a lot of issues dealing with these characters simply because they can dictate the pace. Or if you're simply just trying to push on them, Deku, for example, can go ahead, do this, get away, and start turning around and shooting you. And a lot of melee characters really struggle with this, and there's no real way to balance that fact out. The fact that ranged characters kind of can just beat out on melee characters, unless you're Asui, who's giga broken, simply because they can dictate the pace and the spacing that occurs during the engagements. Like, for example, if Tenya is trying to blow his cooldowns to get closer, and then Deku does something as simple as a dropkick there, he's able to create space at which Tenya is already missing some cooldowns, and save cooldowns for the cost of one cooldown. He's able to create space and start laying into the Tenya, who's now trying to, once again, close the space or get out, one of the two. And it always creates this really null game state. Like, if you guys play Overwatch, maintaining space and keeping space is really big in Overwatch, and it's something that makes these characters absolutely bonkers broken, because there's no reason the highest damage characters in the game, like this, should also have some of the best mobility, like this. Proposed fixes, I think one that if you get hit by maybe 2 projectiles, they should hard knock you down. Maybe 1 projectile should hard knock you down. I mean, this is aside from a damage nerf. Overall, there needs to be a damage nerf with these characters. But another one is make it so Deku can't, like, drop kick straight into the air and fly. Make it so his only real mobility tool is the whips. That's going to be a really good way to actually nerf him and limit that mobility, so you're actually able to lock down the snipers and destroy them. That's one really big thing to actually look for. But that's all I want to make today's video on. Just really quick, just talk to you guys about why these characters are broken. Like I said, it's not just damage. Like, I can swap over the Bakugo and show you guys him too. It's not just damage that makes these characters broken. It's just straight mobility. Bakugo can do this and just get out, and then he can just do this afterwards. And look how much space he's already created on that alone. As well as you're trying to close the gap on him, and he's just throwing grenades on you. He's just hitting this, just throwing grenades, just doing insane amounts of damage. And then if you ever get hit by this move, just kiss yourself goodbye. That's 171. I guess it wasn't 180 at mag, or at level 1, but I guess probably around like 140 then. But this move hits so damn hard. You combine that with this, the fact that he kills you in 4 shots, has the best mobility, or well, not the best mobility in the game, but some of the best mobility in the game. He's able to go ahead and create distance very easily. Just all these things coming together just makes him absolutely wacky. In fact, that's what makes these characters better than Todoroki, who Todoroki has really good ranged setups and damage. It's the fact that they can escape up into the air, and Todoroki cannot. Todoroki's kind of stuck on the ground, so he's much easier to deal with, but these characters are just so hard to stay on top of, and they're so hard to actively deal with, that basically they're going to dominate until they get nerfed, and then once they get nerfed, then it's Asui's turn to get nerfed. Asui's giga broken too. But anyways, I just want to make a video explaining exactly why these characters are broken beyond damage. Obviously, damage is the big one. Them being able to just kill you in 4 shots is absolutely absurd. Like, look, this isn't even 4 shots. This is 3. 3 shots are just dead. Anyways, them being able to kill you as fast as they do is absolutely absurd, especially from the safety and the range and the spacing that they can create. And the fact that you're not even able to run away from them because they can close the space so easily makes it so they're incredibly hard to deal with. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys have ideas for nerfs on these characters beyond just damage, obviously damage needs to get tuned, but beyond damage, let me know. Thank you guys for watching as always. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.